StockPulse.com news desk, talking Bunker Hill Mines today. Bunker Hill trades as BNKR in the CSE, BHLL in the OTCQB in the States. As they've been in the news lately for various things. We're going to run through those things with the CEO, Sam Ash. I've also got the CFO, David Wiens. Gentlemen, appreciate you taking the time here. I hadn't seen you since the StockPulse Silver Symposium, so again, appreciate you coming to that. Thanks for the support. And I guess, Sam, I'll start with you here. Why don't you run investors through the 2021 that Bunker Hill had?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Rob. So, when we when we started 2021, we knew we had a great project. We knew we had a great team, but we had a few key challenges, key milestones that we really needed to focus in and work on. One was on the technical side, really upgrading the resource at Bunker Hill. We did a couple of drill campaigns. We published two PEA. The second one, a pretty big improvement based on additional technical work, mine optimization. We upgraded the resource. We now carry just over 6.5 million tons of measured and indicated material. That's a great springboard going forward. The total mineral endowment is up over 11 million tons. It's predominantly zinc in nature, but has a strong component of lead and silver as well. And we really are focusing on advancing to the stage where we're ready to execute restart. That's what 2021 really was all about. On the kind of the exploration side, we did a geophysics study of the larger land package. Incredible to say, Bunker Hill was a mine for 100 years, and they really focused only on the key mining areas that within the active mine site. That larger land package was largely unexplored, and it was a great opportunity for us to really put geophysics, modern exploration technologies to work on what we see as a premier land package in a preeminent mineralized district in northern Idaho here. The results of that are going to be coming out in the next couple of days, and we're pretty excited about what the future holds, not only in the mine site where we're doing the technical work and looking to move towards restart, but what the exploration opportunity in that larger land package holds for us. So stay tuned for that. There'll be some interesting news hitting the wires here in the not too distant future. Some of the other milestones that we were really working on was ownership of the mine. We had a option and lease agreement, and we were able to, with the financing package that we just recently announced, acquire the mine. So Bunker Hill Mining Corporation is now the full clear owner of the Bunker Hill mine and mineral package. So that's fantastic news. It's a great step in the right direction for us. We're really, really excited about that. Hand in hand with that was the discussions with the EPA around a modified settlement agreement. And really, just to remind everybody what that was, it was arriving at a way to meet the historic water treatment bills that had been incurred over the last 20 years in a way that allows us to restart the mine and meet that obligation out of free cash flow. So we worked really hard with the EPA. They were great to work with, worked really hard with the state. And at the end of the day, we were able to come up with a modification to the settlement agreement and the payment schedule that really sets us on a great footing for getting the mine restarted and meeting that obligation out of cash flow when we get back into operations. So it was a really busy year. Just a couple of minutes worth of recap, it doesn't really do the justice to all the effort and hard work that the team put in. But needless to say, we are poised to really accelerate and move towards restart of the Bunker Hill mine.
Yeah, and we seem to have the wind at our back here in the commodity sectors. All kinds of reasons to own silver and commodities in general, with the electric vehicle explosion, solar, you name it here. So monetary policy. So you seem to be in good position here, Sam. So I guess let's get into 2022 here. Current shareholders will want to hear this, and any investor that might want to get involved. How's this going to go for them this year?
Well, I think I start by just giving a bit of a sense of our view on the macro and how we fit into that picture. And when you look at the world today, there's a voracious demand for metals. It's increasing all the time. As the world transitions to a green economy, the demand for metals across the board is going to be tremendous. And Bunker Hill is ideally suited to meet that demand. We can produce and bring to market metals in a very environmentally, socially conscious way that are in demand for this energy transition. Lead, zinc, silver all play major roles in the future of energy independence for the United States and a transition away from a petroleum-based economy. So ideally suited. I think on the economics, when you look at the mine, you're not going to find too many projects that are 18 months from production and have the capability of generating, $35 to $40 million a year in free cash flow with a mine life that is over 10 years. That puts us in a pretty special and unique place. So, I think that's the message I would say, is that when you look at Bunker Hill and you look at the stock price, I think that the market has yet to wake up to the news that came, just right at the end of the year around the holidays, and how big an advancement that is. We went from a company who had an option and was working on a modified settlement agreement to the EPA, who was working on financing, to where we stand today. Financing is complete, EPA deal is done, we own the mine, and we're 18 months away from generating $35 to $40 million a year of free cash flow. And that's with pretty conservative metal prices. That's not spot prices. That's the long-term outlook, which we believe we're going to do quite a bit better than that on. And then you couple that with the exploration upside, and we think that this is a truly unique story in the mining space in North America.
Well, certainly a solid game plan here. So let's turn this over to David here. David Wiens, CFO. How much cash is in the till, David? How much fuel is in the tank to pull off this mission?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. As part of that news that Sam just talked about, obviously we announced the $50 million project finance package with Sprott, streaming and royalties, which was exactly what we intended to do here. And we've been talking all through 2021 on in terms of finding a non-dilutive package that would secure the majority of the financing needs to restart the Bunker Hill mine. And so you're seeing that starting to come in tranches now. So the first $8 million tranche arrived on Friday last week, actually. And so what that did was most of that went straight out the door because it went to purchase the mine itself, as well as make that first payment to the EPA of $2 million with the residual into Treasury for us, which is enough for us to get through over the next couple of weeks here to the next tranche, which is the $5 million tranche. And so that will allow us to advance all of the studies to PFS level and make a formal construction decision. And we certainly think it's a formality that the answer to that so-called construction decision will be a yes, that we'll be moving ahead. And concurrent with that, we expect to bring in the $37 million stream to complete the $50 million package. And so we are permitted under the Sprott transaction to take on some additional indebtedness. So we're looking at further non-dilutive financing options to complete the total funding package that we'll need. And we'll know what that exact number is concurrent with completing the studies. So from a financing perspective, it's night and day. And by the way, that was actually extremely important as part of the EPA negotiations. They wanted to be, very confident that we would be able to fully fund this thing if they were going to give us that revised deal. So, look, we've had a check mark here in terms of confidence from a very high profile, credible financing partner in Sprott. And we've had, buy-in on the package from the EPA, and it's liftoff at this point forward from a finance perspective.
Okay, seems like you've got the cash in there, you got the game plan. So I guess, Sam, back to you. Parting words here for investors who want to get involved here. Seems like you've created the market certainly created quite an entry point for you here. But Sam Ash.
Well, I mean, Bunker Hill has a long history, and I think that what we've shown and what we've delivered, particularly as we ended 2021, is demonstrated that this project is going to go forward. It's being moved forward in the right way, and it's certainly being moved forward with an eye towards building a strong company, which Bunker Hill is the foundational asset. But I just remind everybody that our long-term goals and aims are to grow quite quickly into a mid-tier multi-asset company, North America focused, doing what we have demonstrated we can do at Bunker Hill in other areas across the Western United States, which is take mines that have tremendous mineral endowment, but are distressed for environmental or social reasons, come in, do the hard yards, and deliver the value by being here on the ground and working on it every single day and building partnerships and trust with regulatory agencies and local communities.
Okay, gentlemen, appreciate you taking the time there for that update. And again, that was Sam Ash, he's the CEO, and David Wiens, he's the CFO. That was Bunker Hill Mining Corp, BNKR on the CSE up in Canada, BHLL, OTCQB in the States. Again, guys, appreciate you taking the time, and we'll certainly look forward to checking back in as you have some more news to report.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.